Hello and welcome, this is AgentXP, and welcome back to another episode of Agent Adventures. So today we're going to do a couple of small improvements to the front of our sort of garden area, and I'm going to start by taking out this palm tree. Now, I may have mentioned in a previous episode that I wasn't happy with this palm tree, and we're going to try and build a better one. We're also going to place some more dirt pathways in an attempt to get the grass to spread further so that we can create real pathways. And then we're going to address a slight situation we have. So we're getting very low on ores, so I really need to go and do some mining, and we may also do some exploring as well, as we haven't done that for an episode or two. So you can see here that I'm using the new 1.14 composter block. What I want to do here is use the composter block to create a palm tree trunk, as I wasn't really happy with the acacia wood and I haven't found a jungle yet. Jungle wood is my favourite option for palm tree bark. But failing that, I'm using the new composter block, as I think it kind of looks like a compromise, so it's not quite as good as jungle, but it's slightly different. Oh, the only problem is, when we come to place the leaves, we need to press and hold shift, otherwise we literally just put them in the composter. Yeah, so I haven't really used a composter as a composter yet, which is kind of funny. I'm using it as a tree trunk before I've even used it as a composter. So the credit for this idea came from a video of Good Times with Scar, so I saw him make some palm trees using the composter as a bark block, and I think it works pretty well, so I'm going to try it here myself. And once again, I would prefer to be using jungle leaves for this. I think they look best for palm, but at the moment we only have oak or acacia. So I'm using acacia for now, and if we find a jungle we can always swap them out for some jungle leaves. So what I've done is I've sort of built the tree up into a dome shape, and I kind of want the leaves to sort of cascade because palms kind of do that. I don't want it to start looking like a weeping willow though, so I don't want the leaves coming out too low. It's kind of a process of trial and error. I'm not entirely satisfied with it yet, so I'm just going to keep fiddling with it. I'm actually going to take out some of the underneath bits here because I think the greenery is coming down too low in the middle. I kind of want it to cascade at the edges more. I was really happy with some of the palm trees that I created in my beach resort series that I did much earlier on my channel, so I'm kind of trying to recreate that here as much as I can, because I was very pleased with some of those palms that I made. So I'm just going to get rid of some more of the middle leaves and try and have a few more cascading down at the edges. I seem to like that word today, cascading. What do palm leaves do? They sort of flop, and I can imagine them blowing in the wind, but we can't really recreate that in Minecraft very easily. So I'm taking out some more of the middle ones. Oh, we're in the sheep pen. Let's see if we can look at it from further away. It's getting there. I'm still not entirely happy with the shape. I think the branches are a little bit too long now. They're looking like branches rather than leaves, so I think I might have to shorten them again. Yeah, and that one on the right is definitely too long. It looks like a branch rather than leaves, so let's get rid of that one, shall we? I think it needs to go one block in so that it's not quite as long. That looks better. I prefer that. Oh, hello zombie. Yep, I'm starting to like the shape of this a lot more now, especially from this angle, and this is where we're going to see it most, so this is where it needs to look at its best. So now that we've sorted out the palm tree, I am going to turn my attention to some of the paths around this area. So I want a path going around the sheep pen and leading towards my front door, so I'm going to do that. And what I also want is a hedge, because I think that might add some decoration to the edge of the vegetable patch. So I've put in some oak leaves there, and I'm just going to extend the hedge out a little bit further. That's looking nice, and we can always increase the size of the farmland so it goes right up to the hedge. That will look nice. I'm just going to grab some seeds. I don't feel like going inside to collect them, so we'll just harvest this beetroot that's fully grown and replant the seeds. Oh, that's not quite enough. We need a few more seeds. And now we can put the path in. And I really like the path block, especially next to farm area. I think the two complement each other quite well, and it's always nice to have pathways as it shows you where you're supposed to walk, and it just adds an extra layer of detail and a different texture. And as you can see here, I've marked out this whole area. I've tried to keep the path quite irregular, as in the desert I figured the grass would be quite patchy, so I've done this here, and we can now start filling in the path blocks. I'm going to leave one or two as grass so that it leaves a kind of patchy texture. I'm really liking how that's looking. I think it's looking quite natural. And now it's time for my favourite thing of all, which is speed harvesting some crops. We'll now have plenty of food. But speaking of which, we do not have plenty of ores, so following this, I think I'm going to do a spot of mining. Hello, we found some diamonds. That actually didn't take very long, although I did cut to a part where I found something interesting, as just endless digging with an iron pickaxe probably isn't the most interesting content for a video. So we have found some diamonds, and in case you're wondering, I am going to leave these in situ until I get fortune on my pickaxe. So it's the iron I actually want most of all, and strangely enough I actually want this stuff. So if you're wondering why I am mining out all this dirt, it's because I actually want the dirt. I've used an awful lot for terraforming. I also want this stuff. We found quite a lot of granite here. I'm going to mine this because I'm actually using granite blocks for the floor in my house. So I want some more of these because I'm actually getting low on this stuff. And I really like the new granite texture. Oh, we found some more diamonds. Very nice. This has been a very profitable mining trip so far, even though I can't actually mine the diamonds yet as I don't have fortune. Oh, there's more iron. We'll take the iron. That's what I want the most. So, from what I've seen so far, enchanting in 1.14 is slightly messed up. So, our best shout for getting fortune might be to trade with a villager or even to try fishing for one. We're just digging out the area around these diamonds. I always like to make sure that there is no lava around the diamonds, and we also want to make sure that we have access to all of them too, so I tend to dig out a space around diamonds when I find them. So whilst strip mining, I have found another cave and some more diamonds and some gold this time, guarded by a skelly. So we're going to go and... oh, two skellies. Nope, they're having a disagreement. That's actually rather good for us. I'm going to retreat and let them fight it out. There's lots more iron by this lava, so we're going to grab that while we're here, as I desperately need more iron. So around another corner, and we found yet more diamonds. I might actually mine these because I don't think I'm going to find these again. Where they're on my strip mine, they're easy to find, but I think this might only be one anyway, so I think we'll just mine this one. So any I find in caves, I tend to mine. Speaking of which, I found some more. This has been a very, very profitable mining trip for diamonds. So I am going to grab these because, as I said, I don't think... what? Wow, that was weird. Block lag. Shame it didn't mean we got extra diamonds. That would have been nice. So I'm going to grab those as I'm not confident of finding those again, whereas any that are on my strip mine are relatively easy to find again. So now that we've done some mining and found some cool stuff, I think it's time for a change of pace. So I've been underground for quite a long time, so now I think it's time for an explore. For quite a while now I've been wondering what lands lie beyond this sea. That's the other side of our village, and it looks like we have more desert and more acacia and a plain. And I really like this horse. Too bad I didn't bring a saddle with me. I could have tamed this guy. That would have been really cool. On the other hand, he lives in such a beautiful plain with lots of tulips, so maybe he wouldn't want to leave it. I do love tulips. I always love these when I find them in a plain. I'm really tempted to pick a couple. I don't know if I should though. I do actually want to pick some poppies because I really want some red dye. So I'm going to collect a couple of these. I never like to pick them too close to home as I don't like to spoil the immediate area. Ooh, there's a very deep ravine down there. We do not want to fall in there. That would have been so easy to fall in. So let's pick some more poppies. Oh! Oh, an acacia village. But it's partly in a forest biome. That is a really interesting terrain generation there. Let's go and check out this village. It looks really cool. Is there a ravine? No. I'm gonna hop round. Oh wow! I love the decoration on this. There are some really cool patterned terracotta blocks. Nice use of those. Is that the ravine? No. I'm thinking the edge of that ravine I saw might come into the village, so I'm being very careful. Lots of hay bales around. And there are kitty cats. Oh, I wish I brought fish with me. Oh, I love that tortoiseshell one. I really want to tame that one. But I never have fish on me when I need it. Oh, he's so cute. Is there anything in the barrels? Nope. Let's check around the other side. More barrels? No? Nothing generate inside those? Okay, we'll just pop up inside. Haven't seen a villager yet, which is a bit strange. It's a very quiet village. Oh, I like the yellow house. That's cool. I really like the fact these use terracotta now. No, there's nothing inside. Well, let's go around. Anything? No? No villagers. This is a very quiet village. It's a bit like a ghost town. That's kind of spooky. I wonder if we'll find a village. Maybe the cats have taken over. Oh, there's a cartography table. Anything in the chest? Paper? We'll take the paper. Why not? We can use that. If nothing else, we can trade with our own villagers. Oh, hello! Finally, we've got some residents here. The cats haven't... Oh, no? I was going to say the cats haven't completely taken over then. You don't have a trade either. That's a bit strange. I'm checking in all of these houses and... Oh, there's a brewing stand. You know what? I'm tempted to take that because none of these villagers seem to have professions anyway. But for now, I'm going to leave it. No? No profession? Wow. Okay. Another villager. Oh, are you a shepherd? You're certainly running up to that sheep. No, he doesn't have a profession either. I don't think shepherd is a profession, but it really should be because there are sheep in the game. No, I think I'm going to continue on now. I've explored that village. Oh, there's a big, massive pillager outpost. I do not think we want to bump into that thing yet. We still only have iron armour and I'm not looking to get into a fight. Oh, hello, baby donkey. He's really cute. It's a shame we can't tame him. I'm going to make my way around the other side of the mountain as I want to stay as far away from that pillager outpost as possible. So I've climbed the mountain and it's a good view from up here. More desert ahead of us. That's not quite what I was hoping to find. I was really hoping for a jungle or even a tiger biome, as that's something I'd really like to find fairly near my base. Just pausing for a moment so the terrain can load in. I'm really sorry if it lags a little bit because it seems to be... Oh, there's another village over there. We'll have to go and check that out. I do love these acacia villages. They look really cool. Anything? Oh, an empty map. We'll actually take that. That might be quite useful. Once again, I like the use of a terracotta here. This is really cool. Although there doesn't seem to be anyone about. Like, this village is even quieter than the last one. We don't even have cats here. Oh, let's have a look. That's a really cool block. No villagers, though. I really like that house on the right. That's a really cool looking house. In here, anyone? No? How do you get up to the roof? That's a bit silly. There's not even a ladder. Let's pop out. There is nobody here. That's rather weird farmland generation too. That's very strange. Let's have a bit more of a look around. I really don't see any villagers here. This is so strange. This is an absolute ghost town. So we've been finding villagers with no professions, but there aren't any villagers here. I hope they didn't all get killed in a raid. As there's nobody here, I'm going to take this brewing stand because I'm not depriving any villagers of their workstations. So I think we're also going to grab the cartography table as well. Yeah, go on, let's take it. There aren't any villagers here, so we're not depriving anyone of their profession. So I wonder where all the villagers are. I hope they haven't been killed. We're not that far from a pillager outpost, but still, it seems rather strange that there aren't any villagers. Oh, speaking of which, they're all hiding down there. I think I know what's happened now. Half of the village has generated at the bottom of this mountain, and half of it's generated at the top. And the poor villagers are all at the bottom, and they can't get up to this higher bit because they can't climb this cliff. So that's what's happened. So this is why we have a partly abandoned village and some very weird crop generation. We've also got a bit of lag here, so I am sorry about that. 1.14 definitely seems to be more laggy. I don't have the best of computers, but it's not great at the moment. So let's... Oh, there's another cute kitty cat. I wish I had some fish. One of these villagers needs to be a fisherman with some fish in a barrel. Oh, that's a very precarious building, my friend. I would not put my house floating above a massive cave. That's a bit strange. Oh, I like that little red house. But we'll go in here first. This is another cartography table house. And we'll take the paper and the maps. That will be good. So I am just going to go inside this little red one, because I really like this. Oh, and we've got an emerald. That was fruitful. So it was beginning to get dark, so I stayed in the little red house until I could sleep. But something rather strange seems to have happened. So what I think happened is that the water blocks updated. Now you may remember all those farms and all of the water sources that were on the edge of a block have now started to flow down the mountain. So we have a cascade of waterfalls sweep through the village. Oh dear, what a mess. One of the houses is even submerged. We'll grab the poppies though, we're not going to leave those waste. So let's pick all of these up. Oh dear, bit of a mess. I think it's time to move on. So we ventured into the desert beyond the village, and we have found ourselves another desert temple. This is cool, so let's drop down and explore this place. So let's dig down, and we can light up this place and be very careful to get rid of that pressure plate. We don't want any accidents happening. So first thing I'm going to do is get rid of that pressure plate. That always makes me cringe for some reason. And I'm also going to grab the TNT from beneath the floor. Once again, I always cringe slightly punching TNT, as I somehow expect it to blow up when I punch it, because I've seen videos of beta Minecraft where that used to be a thing. We've also got spooky tomb noises playing there in the background. And some gold horse armour and some emeralds. And we'll take the gapple as well. You know, I fancy there are slightly more spooky noises in 1.14. I don't know if it's my imagination, but I definitely feel like I've heard more since I've played this version. I don't think we want the rotten flesh, but we'll take the gunpowder. And lots of bones and some iron. We'll take the iron and the bones, and we're going to leave the other stuff because there's nothing particularly interesting. Oh, another horse armour and emerald. We'll take that and the gapple. We haven't found any books yet. None of the desert temples we've found have had anything majorly exciting. I mean, horse armour and saddles are always good, but I think I'm going to leave the spent pickaxe there so I can take that horse armour. And we'll take the iron, and that's about it really for good stuff. we do have a saddle now, so if I found a nice horse, I could always tame another one. It would be nice to get a friend for our other horse. I still haven't thought of a name for my horse yet either. Let's get out of here and do some more exploring. Speaking of which, we have now found a desert village with some very interesting path tile blocks there at the entrance. Oh, and it's a baby villager. Oh, he doesn't want me to go out. I can't get out that way. There's just a garden with a cactus. You guarding your door? Oh, he really doesn't want me to go out of his house. Yeah, you can close the door now, if you don't want me to leave the door open. I really like the steps up to these desert houses. That's something I will consider incorporating in my own house. Hello, villagers? No? You're all nitwits. No. That's very strange. None of these guys have professions. That is very bizarre. Well, there's no workstation in that house. There isn't in this one. We have another professionalist villager with his head in the ceiling. Oh, a rabbit? No. There don't seem to be any crafting stations, stroke workbenches here. I like the tower, that's really cool. Oh, another kitty cat. No, empty house, no workstation. Oh, it's two baby villagers. Let's climb the tower. There's usually a chest in these things. Oh, whoops. There's usually a chest halfway up these things, so if we... Yep, here it is. Oh, just bread. Okay. Never mind. Let's admire the view instead. We get a good panoramic angle from up here. We can survey all our surroundings. But speaking of which, we've done a lot of exploring today, so I'm thinking it's time to head back home. Sadly, we haven't found any different biomes, but I think it's still been fun. We found a couple of villages today, which is really cool. We've looted a desert temple, and we've made a couple of small improvements to our base, including a palm tree, which you can see there on the right. So, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed, please do consider liking and subscribing, and if you do subscribe, please do hit the notification bell so that you're notified when I upload future episodes. This is Agent XP. Thank you for watching. TTFN.